Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Allow me to begin this presentation with a simple story, but one that will illustrate the main message I want to convey to all of you today. Many years ago, someone said to me, "Jack, you were born poor, you will die poor." Those words stuck in my head. I could have accepted that fate, but I chose to believe that everyone can rebuild their own destiny. Limitations are often like invisible chains that we put on ourselves. Let me illustrate what I mean. You all know how much I like the messages in the movie Forrest Gump. In that movie, there is a scene that shows the power of our mind. In that movie, there's the character of Lieutenant Dan. He believed that his life was over after losing his legs in an accident during the war. Dan felt that his life had lost its purpose. But after he started working with Forrest, his life took on a new meaning. Look, a simple step that triggered several positive results in his life. He changed his mindset, found a new purpose and new legs, literally and figuratively. It taught me that limits exist only as long as we believe in them. I want you to reflect with me. How many times have you thought that you weren't good enough, that you couldn't achieve a dream because you lacked something? The truth is that the world doesn't limit us. It's we who create our own boundaries. Think about it. If you want to catch the rabbit, don't change the rabbit, change yourself. Have you ever heard this phrase? It's something I repeat all the time, because true transformation begins within us. When you change your outlook, you change the world around you. Now imagine a child trying to put together a puzzle for the first time. It tries and fails again and again, but eventually it learns. No one is born knowing how to solve complex problems, but we are all born with the ability to learn. In the same way, overcoming limits is like dismantling a mental puzzle. With each piece you fit together, you realize that you can achieve something that seemed impossible. This learning process is what really transforms who we are. But here's the crucial point. Accepting that you don't know something is not a sign of weakness, but of strength. When I started Alibaba, I had no technical knowledge, but I did have a vision. I thought, if not now, when? If not me, who? It wasn't easy, but it was necessary. It's like planting a tree. At first, it's fragile, but with time and care, it grows and becomes strong. That's the essence of pushing the boundaries. You start small, but you dream big. One of the greatest lessons I've learned in life is the importance of saying yes. It seems simple, doesn't it? But it's fascinating how often we are dominated by fear or doubt, leading us to say no to chances that could transform our lives. I remember when I began my journey with Alibaba. We had no money, no technology, and I didn't even know how to code. Many people asked me, "Jack, are you sure this will work?" My response was clear. I don't know, but we'll say yes and figure it out along the way. It was this spirit of embracing the unknown that helped us build one of the largest companies in the world. When you say yes, something magical happens. Your mind starts working differently, looking for solutions instead of problems. It's like walking into a dark room and turning on the light. Suddenly, you see possibilities where before there were only uncertainties. Over the years, I've realized that opportunities rarely knock twice. They are fleeting, quick, and reveal themselves only to those who are willing to embrace them, even without knowing exactly how to handle them. Life doesn't wait for you to be ready. It rewards those who dare to take the first step. There's a phrase I love, "If not now, when? If not me, who?" This idea inspired me during the most challenging moments of my journey. You don't need to have all the answers to act. You just need the courage to start. It's like learning to swim. At first, it's scary, but once you give yourself to the movement, you realize it's easier than you imagined. Saying yes is diving headfirst into the unknown with the confidence that you will find your way. But there's more. By accepting opportunities, you train your mind to think big. When I accepted the chance to attend international conferences for the first time, I didn't speak fluent English and felt intimidated alongside experienced executives. However, saying yes opened doors I never could have imagined. Today, those connections are fundamental to Alibaba's success. The key here is simple. Opportunities that seem daunting at first often bring the greatest rewards. Remember this, every yes you say is a step toward personal growth. You might be thinking, "But Jack, what if I fail?" The answer is, so what? Every failure is a lesson. The only thing you should fear is not trying. Saying yes is the gateway to a life of growth and possibilities. Something that has always amazed me is how many people have great ideas, but few actually act on them to make them a reality. Knowing what to do isn't enough. The real difference lies in implementing those ideas. At the beginning of Alibaba, we had a big dream, but no clear map to achieve it. Still, we decided to act. We formed a small team and started working, even when everyone told us the idea wouldn't work. That's when I understood one of the greatest truths about success. Results belong to those who move, even when everything seems uncertain. Taking action requires courage. I remember how we were ridiculed for our lack of expertise in technology. Yet we made a choice. Instead of staying still, we adapted. Every small step we took was a victory, even if it wasn't perfect. Many people wait for perfect conditions before acting, but the truth is that the ideal moment never comes. Action is what creates opportunities, not the other way around. As I often say, if you want to change, do something today because tomorrow will be too late. Putting ideas into action requires constant effort. During Alibaba's early years, many decisions we made didn't work out. We lost money, faced criticism, and at times thought about giving up. But we kept moving. Every mistake taught us something new, and every lesson brought us closer to our goal. It's like a farmer planting seeds. They don't expect to see the fruits the next day, but they trust the process and keep tending the land. Consistent action is what turns dreams into reality. There's something that separates visionaries from bystanders: the ability to make quick decisions, learn from mistakes, and keep going. I see so many people waiting for the perfect idea, the perfect opportunity, or the perfect moment. But success is reserved for those who don't wait, for those who take initiative. It's like building a bridge while crossing the river. It might be risky, but that's how something truly unique is created. In the end, it's not about what you know, but what you do with what you know. The world is full of talented people who never reach their potential because they hesitate to act. The real difference doesn't lie in the number of ideas you have, but in your willingness to turn one of them into reality. Movement is the key that opens the doors to success. When you look at the success of a company like Alibaba, it's easy to think everything was built on a solid and unchanging plan. But the truth is, what got us here wasn't enough to get us further. In the beginning, our strength was simplicity, a small team with a big vision. But as we grew, we realized that we needed to constantly reinvent ourselves. It's like navigating a river. The paddle that works in calm waters may be useless when you encounter rapids. Looking back, I remember how many tech giants failed because they didn't adapt to new realities. They clung to what had worked in the past, while the world around them changed rapidly. We couldn't make the same mistake. At every stage, we asked ourselves, what's the next step? What skills do we need to develop for the future? This mindset of always being one step ahead helped us survive and thrive in a competitive environment. The world is constantly changing, and holding on to what worked before is like insisting on using an outdated tool to solve a modern problem. I often tell my team, if an idea worked yesterday, it means it's already outdated. Real strength lies in adopting new approaches, exploring emerging possibilities, and being willing to let go of what no longer serves you. Change isn't a threat, it's an opportunity to grow. Evolution requires challenging your own ideas and methods. Think of a talented musician. If they insist on playing the same songs repeatedly without exploring new styles or techniques, the audience will eventually lose interest. Similarly, in business or personal development, stagnation is the first step toward decline. The courage to evolve is what sets apart those who remain relevant from those who fall behind. The lesson is clear. What brought you to this moment won't be enough to take you to the next. Each new phase demands a new mindset, new tools, and most importantly, the courage to abandon what no longer works. Success is like climbing a mountain. You must adapt to the terrain or you'll never reach the summit. If there's one thing I always emphasize, it's that success isn't built solely on talent or luck. It begins and ends with the right mindset. A growth mindset is the key to turning challenges into learning experiences and limits into opportunities. I remember early in my journey, many people told me, "Jack, you don't know anything about technology." And they were right. But I knew something more important: how to learn. That was the difference that opened doors I didn't even know existed. Adopting this mindset is like reprogramming your brain to see possibilities instead of barriers. Over the years, I've realized that those who thrive the most are the ones who view every problem as a chance to improve. They don't say, "I can't." They ask, "How can I?" This simple shift in perspective makes all the difference. It's like turning an "I can't" into a "not yet." Small adjustments like this create a massive impact. A growth mindset is also about humility. It's not about knowing everything, but about being willing to learn continuously. Many times, when we face something new, we're paralyzed by the fear of looking inexperienced. But let me tell you something. When you're humble, you learn fast. It's like the philosophy of the beginner. An open and curious mind is always more prepared to absorb knowledge from the world around it. The more you learn, the more equipped you become to handle the unexpected. If there's one thing I always emphasize, it's that success isn't built solely on talent or luck. It begins and ends with the right mindset. A growth mindset is the key to turning challenges into learning experiences and limits into opportunities. I remember early in my journey, many people told me, "Jack, you don't know anything about technology." And they were right, but I knew something more important: how to learn. That was the difference that opened doors I didn't even know existed. Adopting this mindset is like reprogramming your brain to see possibilities instead of barriers. Over the years, I've realized that those who thrive the most are the ones who view every problem as a chance to improve. They don't say, "I can't." They ask, "How can I?" This simple shift in perspective makes all the difference. It's like turning an "I can't" into a "not yet." Small adjustments like this create a massive impact. Now, let's talk about a practical example. Think of Thomas Edison, who failed more than 1,000 times before inventing the light bulb. Imagine if he had given up on the 10th or 100th attempt. He understood that every failure was a lesson, an opportunity to adjust. This mindset separates innovators from conformists. A growth mindset isn't about avoiding mistakes, but about learning from them and continuing to try. If you want to grow, you need to challenge yourself to step outside your comfort zone. Every new challenge is an opportunity for evolution. It doesn't matter where you are right now. What matters is how you can use the present moment to create something greater. This mindset is what keeps you in constant progress, adapting to changes, and thriving in a world that never stops transforming. Change is a constant in life and business, but we're not always prepared for it. When I was younger, I believed stability was synonymous with security. However, over time, I realized that those who thrive aren't the strongest or the smartest, but the most agile. Adapting quickly to new circumstances is what separates survivors from visionaries. Remember, if you want to catch the rabbit, don't change the rabbit, change yourself. Agility begins with the willingness to embrace the unknown. Many people see changes as threats, but I prefer to see them as opportunities in disguise. When something unexpected happens, you have two options: lament what you've lost or find a new way forward. That's how we built the foundation of our work. We couldn't predict every challenge, but we learned to respond with speed and creativity. Being agile doesn't just mean reacting, it also means anticipating. It's like playing chess. You don't wait for your opponent to make the first move, you think 3 or 4 steps ahead. In today's world, where global crises and technological innovations emerge constantly, agility is a matter of survival. Agility is what allows you to turn problems into stepping stones and crises into opportunities. This mindset also demands simplicity. Often we overcomplicate our strategies and end up paralyzed. I always tell my team, don't overthink, do something. You can adjust along the way. Agility is built with small, quick actions, not with overly detailed and time-consuming plans. Think of a race. The most agile runner isn't necessarily the fastest, but the one who can change direction without losing balance. Finally, agility is a skill everyone can develop. It begins with small steps, staying open to learning, keeping your mind flexible, and not being afraid to start over. With this, you become someone ready to face any change, whether in work, personal life, or crisis situations. Change doesn't have to be frightening. It can be your greatest ally in the pursuit of success. If there's one thing I've learned in life, it's that clarity of purpose drives results. It's easy to get lost in the chaos of daily choices and distractions, but true magic happens when you focus in one direction. In Alibaba's early years, our focus was clear: connect small businesses to the internet. It didn't matter how limited our budget was or how many obstacles arose. We knew exactly where we wanted to go, and that kept us steady. When you concentrate on something, your mind becomes more powerful. Have you ever noticed how, when you're searching for something, like a specific color, it seems to appear everywhere? That's no coincidence. It's the power of focus. Similarly, when you channel your energy toward a goal, you start to notice opportunities that seemed invisible before. Here's an exercise anyone can try. Choose a clear goal, focus on it for a day, and observe how your mind starts working in your favor. Focus, however, requires discipline. Many people confuse being busy with being productive. But success comes from knowing how to prioritize, not from doing everything at once. I always believe that hard work is useless if it's not aligned with the right direction. That's why, before diving into a new task, ask yourself, does this bring me closer to my main goal? If the answer is no, you already know what to do. It's also important to remember that focus isn't static. It needs to be adjusted according to your goals and circumstances. For instance, as we grew, we had to shift our focus to creating a system that supported our expansion. This taught us that focus isn't about ignoring what's around you, but about aligning your actions with your ever-evolving objectives. In the end, focus isn't just a skill, but a habit that develops over time. The more you practice it, the sharper it becomes. And with a clear vision, you can turn even the smallest steps into significant progress. It's not about how far you can go, but about how much energy you're willing to direct to make it happen. Humility is often overlooked in discussions about success, yet it's one of the most critical traits for sustainable growth. Many people equate humility with weakness, but the truth is that it takes great strength to remain humble, especially in moments of success. When Alibaba began to achieve recognition, it would have been easy to become overconfident. However, I realized early on that arrogance is the enemy of progress. To continue growing, we had to embrace the beginner's mindset. Always curious, always open to learning. The beginner's mindset comes from Zen philosophy and emphasizes approaching every situation as if it's your first time. This mindset allows you to ask questions, listen actively, and consider perspectives you might otherwise ignore. I often tell people, the moment you think you're an expert, you stop growing. Humility isn't about doubting your capabilities. It's about recognizing there's always more to learn. Humility also strengthens relationships. Whether you're leading a team or collaborating with peers, humility fosters trust and openness. When people see that you're willing to admit mistakes and learn from them, they're more likely to follow you and contribute their best efforts. This creates a culture where innovation thrives because no one is afraid of judgment. A powerful example of humility is seen in athletes who, even at the peak of their careers, continue to train as if they're beginners. They don't rest on past achievements. They work tirelessly to improve. Similarly, in business or personal growth, you must consistently strive to evolve, no matter how much you've already accomplished. Humility is not about being submissive. It's about staying grounded. Success can be fleeting, and the world can change rapidly. The willingness to adapt, learn, and grow is rooted in humility. It's a foundation for long-term success, enabling you to navigate challenges with resilience and build meaningful connections along the way. The future is unpredictable, and trying to control it is often a futile effort. However, what you can do is prepare yourself to face it with confidence. I've learned that success doesn't come from knowing everything in advance, but from being ready to adapt to the unexpected. The unknown is where opportunities are born, and those willing to explore it often find rewards beyond their imagination. Preparation for the unknown begins with curiosity. If you're always learning and expanding your skills, you'll be ready when challenges arise. I remember when I was learning English as a young man. I didn't know where it would take me, but I knew it was a skill that could open doors. Years later, that decision to learn became a cornerstone for building Alibaba on a global scale. Facing the unknown also requires mental resilience. The ability to remain calm and focused during uncertainty is a skill that separates great leaders from the rest. It's like walking through a foggy forest. You may not see the entire path, but taking one step at a time eventually leads you to the clearing. Building this resilience comes from embracing small uncertainties daily and treating them as opportunities to grow stronger. Another crucial element is surrounding yourself with the right people. When you face uncharted territory, having a team you trust can make all the difference. The collective intelligence of a strong group often reveals solutions that you might not see alone. This is why I always emphasize the value of collaboration and shared vision. The unknown isn't something to fear, it's something to embrace. It's in the unpredictable moments of life that we discover our greatest strengths and create our most meaningful achievements. Preparation isn't about knowing exactly what's ahead, but about building the skills and mindset to thrive, no matter what comes your way. Organizations are reflections of their people. If the individuals within a company are dynamic and adaptable, the organization will be too. I've often said, if you want to catch the rabbit, don't change the rabbit, change yourself. This idea is at the heart of agility, the ability to adjust quickly to challenges and opportunities. In today's fast-paced world, agility is not just a competitive advantage, it's a necessity. Agility starts with personal growth. People who are constantly learning and evolving create organizations that are better prepared to adapt. It's like a team of athletes who train daily, not just to improve their individual performance, but to ensure the entire team moves cohesively. When individuals invest in their growth, the organization benefits as a whole. A flexible mindset is equally important. Agility doesn't mean reacting impulsively. It means responding thoughtfully while remaining open to change. Think of a bamboo tree in a storm. It bends with the wind but doesn't break. Agility is about being firm in your purpose, but flexible in your approach. Communication also plays a crucial role. In agile organizations, leaders listen actively to their teams and encourage a culture of experimentation. Mistakes aren't punished, but seen as opportunities to learn. This openness fosters an environment where people feel safe to innovate and take calculated risks. Ultimately, agility is what enables companies and individuals to navigate crises and seize opportunities in uncertain times. It's a philosophy that promotes continuous improvement and resilience. By embracing agility, you not only adapt to change but also thrive in it, creating a future that's both sustainable and rewarding. Periods of uncertainty are inevitable, but they are also where innovation and reinvention thrive. Challenges force us to rethink our strategies and explore paths we might not have considered otherwise. My own journey is a testament to this. When we started Alibaba, we had no resources or experience, only an idea and a willingness to adapt. It was through uncertainty that we discovered our greatest strengths. Uncertainty pushes you out of your comfort zone, which is where growth happens. It's like learning to ride a bike. At first, you're unsteady and unsure, but with persistence, you gain confidence. Similarly, in business or personal growth, navigating uncertainty helps you develop resilience and creativity. One of the most valuable lessons from uncertainty is that it teaches us to focus on what we can control. You can't predict every challenge, but you can choose how to respond. By staying calm and proactive, you turn obstacles into stepping stones. This mindset transforms uncertainty from a source of fear into a catalyst for growth. Another hidden benefit of uncertainty is the chance to discover new opportunities. History is full of examples of people and companies that thrived during crises. They didn't wait for the storm to pass. They learned how to sail through it. This adaptability often leads to breakthroughs that wouldn't have been possible in stable times. The value of uncertainty lies in its ability to push us toward reinvention. It challenges us to innovate, adapt, and grow in ways we never thought possible. Instead of fearing it, embrace it as a chance to create something extraordinary. One of the most valuable lessons I've learned is that the best investment you can make is in yourself. Many people think of investing solely in terms of money, but I believe knowledge and personal growth are the most powerful assets. When I started Alibaba, I didn't have wealth or resources, but I had a hunger to learn. That mindset became the foundation for everything we built. An investor mindset means looking at every situation as an opportunity for growth. Just as you would diversify a financial portfolio, you should also diversify your skills and experiences. Imagine someone who only relies on one source of income. If it disappears, they're left with nothing. The same applies to personal development. The more you invest in learning and evolving, the more prepared you'll be for life's uncertainties. Investing in yourself also means making deliberate choices about where to focus your energy. Not every opportunity will align with your goals, and that's okay. The key is to prioritize what brings the most value in the long term. As I often say, the best returns come from the time and effort you dedicate to improving yourself. Another important aspect of the investor mindset is patience. Just like financial investments, personal growth takes time to show results. You may not see immediate benefits from the books you read, the skills you develop, or the experiences you pursue, but over time, they compound into something extraordinary. Think of it as planting seeds. With care and persistence, they eventually grow into a thriving garden. The lesson is simple. Whether it's knowledge, skills, or relationships, the investments you make in yourself will always yield the highest returns. This mindset ensures that you're not just surviving but thriving, no matter what challenges or opportunities come your way. Technology is reshaping the world at an unprecedented pace. It's no longer just a tool, it's a driving force behind every industry and every aspect of our lives. When I think about the future, I see technology as an ally that can help us solve global challenges, from education to healthcare to climate change. However, to harness its potential, we must first understand it. Many people fear that technology will replace humans, but I believe it should empower us. Machines may be faster and more precise, but they lack creativity, empathy, and emotional intelligence. These uniquely human qualities are what allow us to use technology for good. As I often say, technology should serve humanity, not the other way around. The true value of technology lies in how we apply it. For example, artificial intelligence isn't just about automating processes. It's about enhancing our ability to make better decisions. In the same way, tools like the internet have democratized access to knowledge, giving even the smallest businesses a chance to compete on a global scale. However, embracing technology requires an open mindset. Those who resist change or cling to outdated methods risk being left behind. It's like refusing to use electricity because you're comfortable with candlelight. Progress waits for no one. To thrive, we must continuously adapt, learn, and experiment with new tools. Ultimately, technology is a powerful enabler, but it's up to us to decide how we use it. By combining human creativity with technological innovation, we can build a future that's not only smarter, but also more inclusive and sustainable. One of my favorite concepts is the beginner's wisdom. It's the idea of approaching every challenge with curiosity, humility, and an open mind. When we think we know everything, we close ourselves off to new possibilities. But when we adopt a beginner's mindset, we remain curious and eager to learn, no matter how much experience we have. This mindset is especially powerful because it removes the fear of failure. Beginners don't worry about looking foolish because they know they're starting fresh. That freedom allows them to explore, experiment, and take risks that others might avoid. It's a principle I've carried with me since the early days of Alibaba, and it's still one of my greatest strengths. The beginner's wisdom also fosters resilience. When you're willing to learn from every situation, setbacks become lessons rather than roadblocks. It's like a child learning to walk. They stumble and fall, but each fall teaches them how to move better next time. This willingness to try again is what leads to eventual mastery. Another advantage of this mindset is the ability to see opportunities that others overlook. Beginners often approach problems from unique angles because they're not constrained by conventional thinking. This fresh perspective can lead to groundbreaking solutions and innovations. Success isn't about knowing it all. It's about maintaining the curiosity and humility of a beginner. By embracing this philosophy, you open yourself to endless possibilities and ensure that your journey of growth never truly ends.
Jack Ma's recent talk captivated audiences worldwide, offering a masterclass on the power of mindset, resilience, and the art of thriving in a fast-changing world. Jack Ma, the visionary founder of Alibaba, didn't simply discuss strategies for success. He unraveled the profound truths that define a fulfilled life and a thriving career. From the very first words, his energy and insight created a space for reflection, inspiration, and actionable wisdom. Jack Ma began by challenging one of the greatest barriers to success: self-imposed limits. He shared how, just like the character Lieutenant Dan in Forrest Gump, we often become prisoners of our circumstances and forget the power we have to rewrite our stories. Jack Ma emphasized that limits are only as real as we believe them to be. His message resonated deeply with the audience. We have the ability to reshape our destinies by first breaking free from the chains of our own doubts. The discussion quickly moved to the importance of saying yes to opportunities. Jack Ma illuminated how the greatest transformations in life come not from being ready, but from being willing. He recounted his own experience of starting Alibaba with no technology or financial expertise, showing that it wasn't certainty, but courage that propelled him forward. If not now, when? If not me, who? Jack Ma asked, inspiring everyone to seize the moment and embrace the unknown. Building on this, Jack Ma highlighted that results don't belong to the dreamers or the thinkers alone. They belong to those who act. Sharing stories of Alibaba's early days, Jack Ma reminded the audience that even the smallest actions, taken consistently, can create powerful momentum. He encouraged his listeners to prioritize action over perfection, explaining that every failure is a stepping stone and every small victory leads to larger achievements. Jack Ma's next point was as compelling as it was challenging. What got you here won't get you there. He explored how success demands constant reinvention and adaptability, likening progress to climbing a mountain where each new phase requires a fresh strategy. Clinging to old methods in a world that's always evolving is a recipe for stagnation. Jack Ma's call to embrace change sparked a wave of nodding heads and thoughtful expressions in the audience. A central theme in Jack Ma's presentation was the power of a growth mindset. He shared how adopting this perspective has been a cornerstone of his success. Jack Ma explained that the willingness to learn from mistakes, remain humble, and stay curious opens doors to possibilities that others overlook. He illustrated this idea with stories of historical figures like Thomas Edison, who turned every failure into an opportunity to innovate and persevere. Agility emerged as another key takeaway. Jack Ma described agility not just as a response to challenges, but as an anticipatory skill. He explained how individuals and businesses that adapt quickly to change gain a unique edge in today's unpredictable environment. Using the metaphor of bamboo bending in the wind, Jack Ma encouraged the audience to remain flexible and open to new directions while staying rooted in their core values. The importance of focus was yet another highlight of Jack Ma's talk. He emphasized that clarity of purpose is what transforms dreams into reality. Jack Ma recounted how, during Alibaba's early years, the team remained laser-focused on connecting small businesses to the internet, even amidst overwhelming challenges. He explained how channeling energy toward a single goal sharpens one's ability to see opportunities and act on them decisively. Humility was woven into every point Jack Ma made. He shared how adopting a beginner's mindset has helped him and his team stay innovative and grounded. Jack Ma's insights into humility revealed it as a strength, not a weakness, a tool that fosters learning, collaboration, and long-term success. His ability to balance confidence with curiosity offered a blueprint for sustainable growth. Jack Ma also delved into how the right mindset can prepare us for the unknown. He illustrated how uncertainty, far from being something to fear, is an opportunity for discovery and reinvention. Jack Ma's anecdotes about navigating crises and unexpected challenges underscored the value of resilience and preparation in an unpredictable world. Every topic flowed seamlessly into the next, creating a narrative that felt both personal and universally relatable. Whether it was the importance of action, the need for agility, or the strength of humility, Jack Ma's words carried a weight of lived experience and hard-won wisdom. His ability to connect deeply with the audience was a testament to his unique leadership style. In the end, Jack Ma left his audience with a challenge: to embrace growth, act decisively, and face the unknown with courage and optimism. His talk wasn't just about inspiring others to succeed, but about igniting a collective desire to think bigger, push harder, and believe more. With each insight shared, Jack Ma reminded us all that greatness begins with a mindset ready to evolve and a heart willing to take the leap. Now that you've seen the transformative insights Jack Ma shared, it's time to apply them in your own life. What limits have you been imposing on yourself? Which opportunities have you been hesitant to embrace? Remember, success isn't reserved for the talented or the lucky. It's for those who take action, adapt to change, and stay focused on their goals. Each principle discussed, from saying yes to opportunities to embracing a growth mindset, holds the potential to reshape your journey. But principles alone won't change your life. Only your commitment to act on them will. Start small, but start now. Think about one actionable step you can take today to push beyond your limits and move closer to your dreams. Jack Ma's wisdom is a reminder that agility, humility, and focus are more than just concepts. They are habits that lead to greatness. Let his stories inspire you to turn setbacks into comebacks, uncertainty into innovation, and challenges into stepping stones. What will you create when you let go of fear and embrace the unknown? Comment below and share which part of this talk inspired you the most. Revisit this video anytime you need motivation or guidance. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and activate notifications so you never miss another empowering session. Finally, take the next step on your growth journey and watch our upcoming video, How to Turn Dreams into Achievements, Jack Ma's Lessons for Success, where you'll uncover even more tools to build the mindset and skills you need to succeed. Your transformation starts now. Are you ready?